Hello everyone, it's Maddy from Create Your Future. I just want to come on here today and talk a little bit about self-concept and why it is so important to include that in not only your manifesting journey, but just your daily life and how it can make a huge improvement in not only your mood, your confidence, and even speeding things up and dealing with anxiety and some unwanted circumstances and just getting through it, feeling like it's kind of like a breeze, it's not really hard. And how to deal with, also unwanted circumstances and do it with confidence. So I just want to talk a little bit about what self-concept is. Everybody is you pushed out. I know that we have quite a few videos on the channel about everybody is you pushed out, but I thought I'd just go over it even a little bit in this video just to clarify some things when it comes to self-concept. So I've actually had a lot of clients come to me lately that, are kind of struggling, which totally normal, like all of us have been there. And it can sometimes seem like there's no hope. You can't really get out of it. It seems impossible. Like, what do I do? How do I get through this? But I've noticed a lot of times they are in a very low state and they're kind of coming out of a really hard situation that seems devastating. It's traumatizing, and that's okay. We are allowed to feel those things in those moments. When, we talk about don't react, there's a difference between never feeling an emotion and then composing yourself and believing in yourself in a way and acting upon that accordingly. I'll kind of give an example of what that looks like and even how you can fix it if you do, react in a way that you feel like later on was kind of out of character, not really how you would have liked it to happen, and you could even revise it a little bit. So let's just say that, a lot of people are on here for SPs, which is great. We all want an SP, all good. So let's just say an SP, you and him or her are having a really good time together. Let's just say that this is a very new relationship. You guys are having a great time. They're telling you how much they like you. They want to, date you. They see all these things with you. And then let's just say all of a sudden when you guys get really close, they're like, no, I changed my mind. I don't want to be with you anymore. And it just seemed like it kind of came out of left field. It doesn't make sense. This can actually happen quite often because, there is a lot of belief out there, not just because, I want to lay a limiting belief on you or scare any of you, but there can be a belief out there that it's scary to be close to people. I don't want to be vulnerable. Being emotionally available is scary. I don't feel like I can be emotionally available. So that's my own self-concept playing out, but it's also how other people are going to see me and then how they're going to project out to me. And then let's just say that I'm attracted to people that come across as emotionally unavailable. I'm going to keep playing out the scenario because even if this person could be totally available, 100% ready for a relationship because we are emotionally unavailable, and we don't think that anybody else in our life is emotionally available either because maybe a past relationship, maybe something's happened before that, triggered us a lot and created that belief in the past. It will play out that way. So let's just say they come up to you and they're like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And you're like, it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to be like, okay, I don't know what just happened. That came out of left field. I don't remember thinking that. I don't remember affirming that this whole time. Things have been going so well. And then all of a sudden this just came out of left field. So how would I deal with that? If I had a really good self-concept, what would I tell myself? And then how would I go forward in a way that would allow me to look back on the situation, not really have to revise it, and then be able to go forward and change the circumstance and the belief at the same time with self-concept and your affirmations. So let's just say he came up to me and said that. I would at first be like, okay, can I ask why? So the only reason I would ask why, you don't have to do this. In my personal opinion, I would do it as feedback. Maybe what's coming up. So let's just say they're like, I'm not ready for a relationship, which is something very common that I've heard. I feel like I'm too busy. I don't feel like I have time for this. This is emotional unavailability at its finest. They just don't have time. They're too busy. They may have fallen off their radar as far as communication. it can manifest into a lot of different areas. Like, it doesn't just have to be that they're going to be emotionally unavailable for a relationship. They could be totally checked out of the relationship even when being committed to you. They could, you know, be emotionally unavailable in a sense that they are not loving towards you, or they can't give you their all, or, you know, whatever it is. So it can manifest in that way. And then it can also manifest with friends. So let's just say that your person not only is saying that, but let's just say your friends are not making you a priority. They're also not making time for you. They're too busy. So everybody around you is kind of showing you the same pattern. So it's so easy to change this. But again, let's go back to the situation. So telling me that, you know, too busy, don't want to be with you anymore. Okay, that's really good feedback to know, because even though this probably stings and it hurts me in the moment, because I have an amazing self-concept where I've said, you know what, I'm amazing. Anybody is lucky to be with me. They're lucky that I look in their direction. They're lucky that I even decide to text them back during the day, or that I'll even wake up in the middle of the night and look at, you know, my phone to see that they texted me 5 minutes ago. They are lucky to be with me. That's self-concept. You don't have to say that. I love saying that. And I love saying I'm everybody's favorite person. Everybody around me is emotionally available for me. I am also emotionally available for everybody else. And they see me as a high value woman. If you're a man, you could say, you know, they see me as a very like high value man. They see me as someone that is worth investing in. So you're not necessarily putting your person on a pedestal when you say all of this. It's not only about your person. I think there's a misconception that it has to only be about your person when you're manifesting. No, all of this has to do with you. Everybody is you pushed out. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Everybody is you pushed out doesn't mean that they're only reflecting back to you what you think about like them. It can be what you think about yourself. So if you're telling yourself every day, and you might not even know you're doing this, is that, you know, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't feel pretty today. My hair's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm going to walk out of here and people are going to comment on my acne. It's gotten, you know, bad the last week. I don't know what's wrong with me. So you see that negative self-talk. That is a part of your self-concept, whether it's negative or positive. And people are going to reflect that back to you. So let's say you're saying stuff like, I'm just not good enough. Your person is going to reflect back to you that you are not good enough, because that is your self-concept as well. So it will manifest into your, you know, journey of manifesting your specific person. So you also want to work on that piece. That's why it is so important to work on that. And then when you do maybe run into a belief that you didn't even know you had, which could be emotional unavailability. You know, it happens sometimes. And it's okay that it happens. You don't need to beat yourself up over it. It happens to the best of us, but at the same time, your manifesting journey happens in steps. So let's just say you get through one belief. That's amazing. But then to get to, you know, you are at level 1 when you got through that one belief. You have to move on to phase 2. Phase 2 is not going to be the same as phase 1. You got through the belief that like, maybe I'm not chosen. But then when you're going over here, I'm not good enough is going to come up in emotional unavailability. You have to get through that. And let's just say those are the only 2 things you need to get through in order to get to phase 3, which is just the finish line. Let's say there's no other blocks other than that. So what you can do is, you know, build up that really good self-concept. So like if somebody does tell you like, I don't want to be with you, you're going to say, this is an old belief. Where has this played out before? I'm going to look back and let's just say it's not a pattern. Then I'm going to be like, okay, maybe it's just a part of my self-concept. Maybe I've been kind of mean to myself lately. I'm going to boost that up even more. This is a good feedback to really trust in myself and to know that like, you know, sometimes things happen before my full manifestation comes in. This is a part of my bridge of incidents. I'm not going to let it weigh me down, but I am going to feel the disappointment that I need to feel for the next few minutes to let it pass, so that I don't have to keep creating that in my 3D reality. Same with your thoughts. So some way that I get through some of those really negative self-talk is I can talk to it like it's separate from me. So let's just say my thoughts are like yelling at me that day that like, Maddy, you look so bad. Why would anybody think you're beautiful or want to date you? Like, because your mind will go off on that tangent. Like, the first thing will be, oh, your hair looks bad. Like, you really need to fix it. And then you'll walk out and be like, oh my gosh, your makeup looks so bad. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing it like that? And then all of a sudden it becomes, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy to date. And it will just spiral on like that, even though in the beginning it was just about how you didn't like your hair. You know? So it seems like it's very far-fetched, but not really, because your mind goes like this. And it will just keep creating a huge spin, you know, moment in your mind. So I like to catch it early. So let's say I'm like, oh my gosh, your hair looks bad. I'll kind of like look at myself in the mirror and I'll think of it as a separate person, like that toxic friend we've talked about in the past. In some of my past videos of those old beliefs that are like those toxic friends that like to put you down. They don't like to see you succeed. I'll view it like that and I'll be like, are you okay? Like, do you need some coffee this morning? Did you not get like good enough sleep last night? What's going on with you? So I'm not taking it personally that this voice is trying to like basically throw me off, because I don't have to believe that voice. It seems very overpowering. It can seem believing because it has confidence. So if you kind of, you know, go back at it and are like, are you good? Do you need some coffee? I can give you a break. Like, it's fine. We can come back to this. Your mind's going to be like, oh, you're not reacting. That's not fun. You're not crying over what I just told you. You're actually going out? Yeah, I'm going out. Like, who cares if my hair looks like this? Like, I think it looks good. Who are you to say it doesn't look good? I prefer it this way. I think my curls look amazing. You know, if you're a guy, like my hair slicked back looks awesome, whatever you do to your hair. And you know what? I look great. And something that I love doing with self-concept too is saying at least 2 things to myself every day that I like to myself. It doesn't have to be about looks, but sometimes that's what people struggle with the most. So it's like, you know what? I was created so beautiful. I love my eyes. I love my smile. I like the way that I do my makeup. I like the way that, you know, I just radiate when I'm smiling. And other people tell me that. So you're not trying to convince yourself of something. It's more of like you're noticing something that you already see in yourself and you're just like adding. You're actually verbally telling yourself these things, and that will help build your self-concept too. That can also spiral in a good way. It doesn't have to be a spiraling in a bad way every time. So when, you know, I might start off with my day of like, you know, I really like your eyes today. They look good with your shirt. And your shirt's cute. Look at your outfit. Oh my gosh. Because you like put your outfit so cute, like look at your little accessories. Oh my gosh, look at that, you know, stuff like that. And like, I like the way you did your makeup today. I love that you put like, you know, some pink eyeliner underneath your eye. It's a little different. It's a little, you know, funky. I like that. That's a spiraling of positive things. It doesn't have to just be physical. And like sometimes, you know, when I want to spiral upwards with my self-concept about me on the inside, I'm like, you know what? You're such a nice person. Anybody would be so lucky to be your friend and like date you and want to be next to you. People would be so lucky to like be in your presence. Like, you're an amazing person. You're an amazing individual. You know, so that's a part of self-concept. You having that confidence in yourself, when undesirable circumstances do pop up, you're going to look at it and be like, okay, and I'm going to see this feedback. Thank you. I'm not going to take it personally. Have fun. Like, again, your person comes up to you and says, I don't want to be with you. Okay, I trust you know what's best for you. So you're reacting in a good way on that note. You know, it's not like, oh my gosh, are you like, why don't you want to be with me? Which we'll talk about that in a second. If you do that, we can get through it. But you're avoiding, you know, because you're already confident. Like, I know you're coming back. Like, have fun thinking the grass is greener where it's actually super brown. You're going to see my grass from across the way and see how green it is. I just planted some flowers over here. And you're going to want to come right back to my fence on my grass. And it's going to be up to me if I want to take you back. Because I'm special, I'm amazing, I deserve for somebody to commit to me immediately. You're going to change and you're going to come back correctly. Have fun changing. You know? So we don't have to see them as saying those things as always a bad thing. It's about the journey. It doesn't have to be bad every time or an undesirable circumstance popping up, but we'll just take it as feedback. So let's just say we, like, same situation, and we, kind of react in a way that's not desirable. We get angry, we start lashing out, we say some mean things to somebody. Something I like to do is like, okay, obviously I need to work on myself a little bit in that specific area. I felt like very incompetent in the situation. I felt very unloved. I did not feel like I was important. I felt like he led me on, just things like that. I'm speaking out loud to myself. You don't have to do it out loud. I prefer to. I'm very clear with myself and how I felt in that moment, what I was saying to myself, what I was believing, and my self-concept. So it includes self-concept in there. It's a huge thing. So I'm being very clear with myself. I'm not going to question it. I'm going to allow myself to feel that, kind of like what we talked about with regulating your feelings, that it doesn't keep coming back and it's not just a Band-Aid. We're going to really deal with it in that moment so that we don't have to manifest it anymore. It's over with. Let's move forward. So I'm going to feel it. I'm going to be honest with myself on exactly where I'm at right now, which I just explained, earlier. And then you'll come to a state of feeling some really calmness, peace. Like, you won't feel that resistance. And resistance, like I've said before, can manifest into like physical things. Like, I got really sick for a week. I have headaches every day. Oh my gosh, I feel so fatigued all the time. My shoulders constantly feel like I have a weight on them. I got back problems. Like, so many things. And like, people in the comments in past videos, I've definitely looked at them and they've commented how resistance has also manifested like physically for them, or even mentally. And so like, it's just feedback, and it's just showing us how we need to work on our self-concept, how we need to really believe in ourselves, what we really need to accomplish within us. And so, to revise it, one of my favorite techniques, I've talked about this in the past a little bit, but it really works. So I'm going to use my 3D. Instead of fighting it, sometimes people can't be like, nope, that never happened. Like, I can't, nope. Instead of avoiding it, let's just use it. So instead of being like, nope, that never happened, this is what happened, I'm going to be like, you know what, that did happen. I remember when I freaked out at my person and I told them all these mean things and I was awful. And now he actually came and apologized to me because he viewed it as me sticking up for myself. And he actually really appreciated me taking a stand. And it's his favorite thing about me. So whatever you can be insecure about, you can actually view it as a power move. That's a really good way to like mitigate something that you may have not liked, you weren't like super fond of that you did, things like that. And that can be revising what your person has done as well. So that's one of my favorite techniques, because I usually can't forget something that may have just happened like 5 minutes ago or even yesterday. It's still in my mind a little bit, so I'll revise it that way, and it always revises so well. It doesn't feel like it's a trying process, which is so nice. So I just want to encourage you guys today that like, this is important. Your self-concept is so important. Is it mandatory? No. But is it going to make you feel so confident in yourself that you can really believe in yourself, that you got this? Yes. I highly recommend focusing on you, making you the most important part of your reality, because you are the movie star. You hired everybody else as a side actor. You can always fire them and hire someone else. Don't let them take your place or try to overpower you in your own movie. That makes no sense. So be yourself as your own, your own power person in your movie. Like, why not? And something else I like to do that you could try if you want to build self-concept. You don't have to do this. I personally love doing it because it helps remind myself that like, I'm also dating myself. And it shows me that I deserve the best and I'm going to get the best from everybody else. Is I'll do at least one thing for myself every day. It could be, I'm going to do a face mask today, or I'm going to make my favorite food today. Or it could be, I'm going to go out to a restaurant that I really love. I'm going to go there by myself, which, mind you, I don't like to do. I'm very extroverted. I always like being around people, but I think getting outside of your comfort zone sometimes is important. So I'll go by myself and I'll be like, I'm taking myself out on a date and I'm just going to be with myself today and like love myself. So I can challenge you guys to kind of do something like that if you want to, and like even take a week and do something for yourself every day and see if it improves your self-concept, if it improves the love for yourself, if you do like a little bit more pampering for yourself every day, whether it's affirmations towards yourself or actions. Both are just as important. You want to love yourself through this process. It'll be so much easier to manifest other things and to get through some of those hard circumstances. So you got this. I'm so excited to hear about, things that you guys are manifesting. Please comment down below those things. I just want to let you know that we are having a contest. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, but please like, subscribe, and comment down below the things that you are manifesting, and you will be put in a, a drawing to, get maybe a free session with me or another coach once we hit 100,000 subscribers. If you would like to book a coaching session with me, the link is down below. I would love to hear from you. I would love to help coach you and to get through some of your blocks and some of your limiting beliefs so we can get you your manifestation as fast as possible. As fast as possible. So you got this. Don't ever doubt yourself. If you do, it's okay. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.